welcome to Fortune's Highland Down Under TV. We are back, and so is the convict. Back off the cruise. They let him off the boat. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm really good, mate. Like I said to you this before, I'm fat as fuck, but, you know, that's what happens when you go on holidays, isn't it? So...
I thought it was a wide lens.
no, I've narrowed it down. I'm still fucking fat. So.
And come on, mate. So what was the favourite place you went to, mate?
Oh, mate, Mystery Island is just this desolate place. I think it's actually like a landing strip for a bigger island where the communities come from. But other than that, there's nothing on it. So it was just beautiful. Go over there on the beach, just like snorkeling straight off the beach. And they set it up for the day with all of the locals come over and serve you food and drink and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, just what I needed. Just what I needed. Nice and relaxed.
Yeah, mate. Start the year off well. Do you want to explain the new artwork you've got on the?
Yeah. Well, I've been chatting to Canningtown Len over the last probably 1 or 2 months to get this over here. He ended up sending it over to me in a little scroll, and I just went to a local picture framers, and they put it all up onto a frame because he doesn't normally send gear this big over. It can be quite expensive for packaging, but we got it sorted. And as everyone would know, that's that magical moment that Bowen gave us back on my birthday. So
I still don't know why 98 didn't just fucking hack him down. If he was my defender.
Yeah, when you look at it like that, it's probably worth getting sent off for, isn't it? But
definitely.
Yeah.
But little plug there.
Turned out beautiful.
Little plug there for Canningtown Len. Lovely bit of artwork, that, mate. Really nice.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with how it turned out. So thanks. I've got to send him a photo and an email back of it. So really good.
Mate. So obviously there's only 2 of us at the moment. Matthew is sick as usual. I think he's got his own car parking space at the doctor's at the moment. So he's always there.
Yeah.
And then Dave is having technical issues, so he should be joining us. But let's kick it off, mate. We've got the Red Half of North London on the weekend. What do you reckon?
Mate, I would love to see us fucking do the treble this year. It'd be fucking fantastic. Send Declan home with no points, and that would be very, very pleasing for me. But I know I actually got to watch a bit of football while I was on the boat because they did have a channel there, and I watched a bit of the Arsenal Liverpool game. Fuck me, they got lucky.
Yeah,
the goals were just like, very, very uncanny. The complete opposite to what kind of was happening to us in the Man U game, really, wasn't it? So,
definitely.
Yeah. If we can bring that energy, and who knows? Like we were just talking about before, maybe Antonio can make an appearance. Although he usually takes about 4 or 5 games just to get up to a gallop. You never know.
Oh, definitely, mate.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
Robert Singleton just said, "Good morning from rainy Liverpool, mate." Robert, I will be at Everton away. So if you're around, come and have a pint. Make sure you say hello. I'll have our flag ready, so you'll know where I am anyway. But yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely and hot here, mate. But yeah, happy days. So with lineup, mate, what do you reckon?
To be honest with you, I can't see it changing all that much. I don't know. I didn't think Aged covered himself in glory. Mavropanos, he's had a few little hairy moments every now and again this year, but I don't know. He didn't really do too much wrong to sort of lose his spot. So, but I can't see Moyes changing that over. The only other one I'm a little bit curious about, I guess, is whether Sufal comes back in for Johnson. But that aside, I can't see too many other changes. Can you?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure what's going on with Areola, if he's all right or not. Hello, Dave. How are you, mate?
Hey, boys. How you going? I'm good.
Good, mate. How are you?
You look hot.
It is warm. It is warm.
Yeah. Like you done 9 rounds with an apple, mate.
Tonight. Yeah. Wish I did have an apple, mate.
Jesus Christ. It looks like you've got more of a fucking Granny Smith's apple coming from that camera, mate.
It's a bit like that. Yeah, sorry, we'll do a last-minute swap with a laptop.
That's all right, mate. But going into we were just talking about the Arsenal game, mate, and what we think we're going to set up like. So let's go through goalkeeper first. Do we reckon Areola's okay? Is that a goer?
So it seemed a bit of a concussion during the game, although it wasn't a concussion substitution, was it? So I think that after a week he'd be all right.
Yeah. So let's go Areola. Soufal or Johnson?
For me, I would go Soufal.
Yeah. Johnson, I don't know, like he sort of, every time he's been moved back into the right back position, he sort of brings those question marks back in my own mind. But yeah, he's been pretty impressive in the midfield. I'll give him that much. But when he's back in that defensive line, he seems to lose some of his positivity and creativity, I think. So I'd probably go Soufal, I reckon.
Yeah. Back two.
It's probably going to be a Gerd and Zuma in it, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd go them too.
Yeah, we were just talking about it a little bit before he came on, Dave. But I don't really think he, again, covered himself in glory all that much on his return. But yeah, I don't know. Dino scored against Arsenal last time too, didn't he?
He did. Got the bullet head up.
Yeah. So
maybe
I feel him a little bit.
The thing that concerns me is not so much Mavropanos coming in; it's Zuma moving over to that left side of defence. I know he's not the best on his feet anyway, but he seems a lot worse when he's on that left side and very uncomfortable receiving the ball and distributing it, more so than normal, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I reckon for balance, it's better to have a Gerd there. But like you say, he didn't cover himself in glory, did he? But who did?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're better off going with Mavropanos for this one. I think we're going to have our backs to the wall, and I think he defends better than the Gued. So I'd probably say Mavropanos for me. And I think we'll all be in agreement with Emerson, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Number one on the team sheet.
Yeah.
So what 4 CDMs do you want to start with?
What 4 CDMs? Oh, shit. It's going to be like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, so is that? It's funny when I say it. It's not that funny when someone fucking does it.
It's true. I was only thinking to myself the other day, though, watching, I think I put it into our group chat, that Calvin Phillips is fast becoming the midfield fucking Roberto, isn't he? Like he just has not had a great start to his West Ham career.
I think I'd prefer him to use his fucking hands, to be honest, mate.
You don't want to see him in the starting lineup, though, do you?
Nah. But I think he will.
Oh, you do? You think he's going to start?
Yeah, I do. I think he'll start him.
God, I think he needs his head read if he does. I think he's just he only came on for 25 minutes the other day, and he was a disaster.
Yeah, he didn't pick up the pace of the game very well at all, did he? And then got caught dallying on the ball again. So
I think we'll go Alvarez, Phillips, Souček. He'll put JWP on the left. Kudus on the right, Bayern through the middle.
Look, that wouldn't be so bad if Phillips wasn't such a liability at the minute. I mean, I know he's only had 2 games, but what's really clear is that he's not sharp. He's bullied off the ball easily, and he's when he does lose the ball, he made a half-staff. Well, he didn't even really make an attempt to get it back, did he?
Lack
of intensity, mate. Definitely. I agree.
I think
I'm hoping he does come good. I'm hoping he'll come good.
I reckon Moyes would have started him if it wasn't like back-to-back games in the week. So, he's going to have another, 7 days off before we play and a full week on the training track. So Moyes has got to get minutes into him somehow. And I think that love affair with him is going to start him through. And some of it, I think, is just through lack of alternative as well. So, I'm not sure what else he could possibly do. If Paqueta was fit and, maybe Antonio had 20 minutes off the bench against Man U, maybe different. But Well, I don't think we've got any other choices. You can't see him starting Cornet out on the left, can you?
No chance.
I hope not.
No, because if
the guy is so
any,
weak on the ball.
he is. He's very. It's like he's lost every ounce of fucking muscle in him while he's been sitting on the bench. He's so weak. He just gets bullied off the ball. This is a really good point from Robert. Starton said they brought Phillips in because of his leadership skills.
Yeah,
I actually agreed with that at the beginning because he was obviously captain at Leeds. So I thought maybe we need someone in there to drag the team.
Yeah,
I thought we was getting a fit Phillips. Well, at least 75% to 80%, but we have not got that. We've got 45 to 50% at least.
It's just not Matt Sharp at all.
And who's gonna listen to someone who's not chasing balls back and not putting it in themselves? You're not going to do that. Everyone knows that. Everyone's played the game. It's do as I do, not do as I say. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I
think we all know the qualities. He does have it in him, but like he's just got to, he's got to start well, which means his mindset's got to change a little bit, and then he needs to just continue to build on that with confidence. So, unfortunately, we just don't have anything easy that's coming up where we can just, there's no cup rounds left or anything like that where we can just ease him into it, is there? No. Every game's so important for us in the next 6 weeks.
You just touched on confidence there, mate. And what's worrying me is that he looked like a bloody deer in the headlights, when he's lost that ball. And you look at him, and I'm worried that you keep throwing him in the deep end. He's going to lose confidence pretty quick because he's not as sharp as he wants to be, obviously. And once that starts playing on the mind.
And to go back to back from Man United versus and Arsenal games, especially Man United ain't Man United of old. I'm still sticking by that, but it's still Manchester United. He's just come from Man City. That's an extra bit of pressure, and then going straight in against like third in the league. It's a tough one. But fuck it, that's what they're paid to. It's not like they're fucking sitting around playing snooker all day. They're playing football all day. So if he needs to do the hard yards and fucking put a little bit of extra in, that's up to him, and he should be doing that.
And that's the thing, though. Like this is probably the challenge that Moyes has. There's only one way to get sharpness, isn't it? And you have to play. So giving him 25-minute cameo on the bench, off the bench, is not really going to do all that much, is it? Like it will do something, but probably he doesn't. We need him sharp as attack to get up to what do we got? We'll just look at the fixtures now. We've got Forest, Brentford, Everton, Burnley is our next 4 games. So. If we're not going to get anything out of this, we need the fucking points out of the rest of them, don't we?
Yeah,
I would be giving him 20 minutes here and there at the moment, though, because he's just not. He's just not sharp enough. I think you're going to have to give him those little spells at the end of the game just to get his build up his sharpness. Yeah, I think it's a risk starting him at the moment.
So who comes in if he's not starting for you?
Well,
maybe Johnson
into the middle. Yeah, that's a fair shout.
It's happened before. And if Moyes trusted him at the moment, then you can see that happening. Do you know what I mean?
Well, he's definitely got more creative bones in his fucking left toe than Souček's got in his whole fucking body. So I'd rather have him up in 10 than Souček, that's for sure.
Oh, mate, it's my worst nightmare. That's not how you play football.
No.
Not me. I know some people have got different views on that, David.
Oh, look, you can't knock Souček's work rate, but, mate, he couldn't colour in a black and white painting.
No.
To be honest, no, I'm not supportive of Souček being in the side. Not when everyone's fit. I'm not sure we have a choice right now. But as a number 10, he just ain't a number 10, is he? For me, he shouldn't be in that position.
Yeah. And I go back to the whole reserve team football. I think Premier League teams miss it because the size of the squads at the moment, like they're not getting. That's how you would get match fit by getting them games under your belt in between, and they just haven't got it anymore. So I do think reserve team football needs to come back, in my opinion. Bring back reserve team football. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Doghouse. Hello, mate. How you doing? Bowing his wasted up front, having to run around aimlessly. Souček should be right for that.
Up front.
Well, I think he's saying he's right to run around and do fuck all. He's good at that. That's for fucking sure. So,
yeah. But the thing is, Suchek runs around, but fuck me, like Usain Bolt. If you stick a pair of football boots on him, don't make him a fucking footballer, does it?
No, he tried that.
Well, he tried to, didn't
he? Couldn't even make the A-League.
Exactly. It's a problem.
Useless prick. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I think Bowen's wasted up front on his own. Certain games, there's certain games where I think it could work, but there's definitely certain games where I think he needs to be out on the wing and having a go at players and cutting inside. I think that's where,
yeah.
Well, imagine if we had a striker and we could play Bowen in that position, eh? Wouldn't that be a novel idea?
We've been saying we wish we had a striker since fucking Dean Ashton, mate.
It's ridiculous, yeah, pretty much.
We're so unlucky.
Well, you're not fucking unlucky if you're not prepared to gamble, right? And I mean, for us to miss out on Osman for a couple of $2 million, like I'm a bit torn on it because I don't think his record at is it Norgeland or wherever the fuck he is, it's not great, is it? It's like 39 games for 5 or 6 goals. But he's only a kid as well. So I mean, how many of those games did he come off the bench? Not sure. But yeah, for the sake of a few extra quid, we could have had an alternative, right? And did you hear today he signed for Brighton?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So a team like Brighton or Brentford or Brighton, anyone buying these sort of players that we're after, like that, that's telling me we're after a right target. Because if them Moneyball teams are doing it, we need to be doing that because that's what starting's there for. So if
he signed for Brighton today.
Yeah, but he's on loan still there.
Agreed to terms. He'll be there for next season.
Ah, right. It's like a pre-contract thing.
Yeah,
must be. Okay. Yeah.
Nico Mang, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. I thought starting thought Alvarez had leadership skills. I think he does. I think he leads by example. He puts his foot in. He sticks it to players. He gets people going. So I'd say he has got leadership skills.
He's quality.
I'm not sure. Is he Mexico captain?
I'm not sure if he's captain, but he's definitely a leader and he's definitely a strong player.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Yeah. It's interesting to note, actually, that like I know he accumulated fouls. Like there was no tomorrow in the first half a dozen games, I think, or 7 or 8 games. But I don't think he's had a yellow. I'll knock on wood when I say this for probably about the last 7 or 8 games. So it shows that he's maturing a little bit, and he's picked up the pace of the game and he's reading it. Like the way he reads the game is phenomenal. So
you're always going to get a few yellows with him. You just got.
Without question. Without question. But I think he's sort of he's maturing as the season's progressing, which is impressive.
It's just like strikers when they come in from another country. Like you have to get used to the physicality of the game. Unfortunately, Alvarez's physicality is too much, and that's what he's probably had to refine. Little shout to my mate Jonathan. How you doing, Jono, mate? He's over in London. He's from Brisbane as well, and big West Ham fan. Managed to collar a season ticket as well while he's over there. So hopefully he's having a good time. And I'll see you soon, my friend. Be over there soon. Doghouse again. The thing about speed, Matt, is it frightens.
Is it?
The thing about speed, mate, is it frightens defenders. Yeah. Well, we certainly ain't got fucking none of that.
Well, we have in Kudus, but it's all in Kudus and Bowen, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, but we're always held back, aren't we? That's the problem.
We just don't have the balance of it. The balance of it up front it's just not right. Like we've never got pace out on the left. And if we do, it's because he's moved Kudus over there and put a slug on the right. We need that third player up front just to create that doubt across the back four. And then hopefully you can stick Paqueta in behind them because he's the one that will start pulling the strings when it doesn't work one way. He can slide someone in the other side.
You know what, Nath, though? It's not even pace of individuals, because there's players in there with plenty of pace. It's the pace at which we move the ball around. We slow everything down. We're really slow to transition defence into attack. And when we're actually good is when we've been going away to places like Arsenal. They've risen the intensity of the game up, and hopefully that plays in our favour this weekend, right? But it's when the onus is on the other team to make it a fast game. Then we actually play quite well. When the onus is on us, we're kind of sluggish. We don't get the ball forward quick enough. And by the time that we do some of the ball, the other team's sort of closed off half the options.
Yeah, they're set. And we just don't have that creativity. Like I watched the Brentford City game, and Brentford were getting set behind the ball so quickly, but the creativity of the play that Man City do, they hold the ball and they'll knock it about and just wait for that right run. But we just don't have that level of creativity to be able to play that way. So we do need to, like you say, we've got to entice them on to create the spacing behind for Bowen and Kudus to exploit. But
it's no good just having one player pick the ball up and run with it when the rest of the team aren't going up as a unit. It just doesn't work. And we're not having to go backwards anyway. Andy Quinn, how you doing, mate? The spare man for me is JWP. Playing him together with Souček is a waste. Well, we've seen that many a time. It doesn't work. It's useless. It's so slow. Souček gets it's like he got ballerina shoes in the middle because he just doesn't know what to do with it. And it's just underneath his feet. JWP, he hasn't got the engine. So...
Look, the games JWP's been good in, I'd say, is when he's got close to Bowen, right?
Yeah,
look
when
at
he plays
Spurs
in the 10.
and him and when the two of them were getting up close together, playing stuff in. Both of them got on the score sheet in the Spurs away game, and likewise the Brighton away game at the start of the season.
And that's because our press was so high in that second half. I thought anyway.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear though when we've had those two playing in those double pivot role or double sixes, whatever you want to call it, it's been fucking average. Like they just cannot read each other, and they're just like they're sluggish in that role altogether. So
this is a good one. Robert Singleton, they could play under 21s football as an overage player. I don't think they do though, do they?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Behind that, so
if there was, it'd be a limit, wouldn't it? You can't play 5 or 6 over age.
No. Yeah, I think there should be a reserve team football. Just when the academy boys start coming through, then you can blood them in to people who are injured or in the top team, and that's how you blood a team through. That's what I would do, because there's no point them just going from this Premier League 2 fucking stuff and then trying to chuck them in against men. Like it doesn't work. I mean, I like what they're doing with the League Cup thing, but yeah, it just needs to be more of it. Kieran Devaney, how you doing, mate? All right, chaps. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, my friend. Rob Singleton, Alvarez is yellow card happy. Well, we kind of just said that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Another one here. Andy Quinn, Sullivan didn't want to gamble on Osman, so he bottled it. What's your feelings on that?
No, I think it was a wasted opportunity. Like I said before, like his stats aren't great, but he's 19-year-old kid. I'm sure that he'll get better under better leagues. So yeah, I think that we needed to take that chance, and I didn't think that price was as much as it was made out to be.
Yeah. Also,
I don't.
Go on.
I was to say I don't know an awful lot about him, but I don't know. He looks like a player that's got bundles of pace, and Kudus would know him well as well. So I'm sure he comes recommended from Kudus too. But,
I don't know. I would have liked to have taken a punt, but then you look back at players like young players that we've had, like Dean Garner and stuff like that, and you fucking lose and melt down, and why didn't we fucking sign him, etc. And then they go off to do fuck all. So, but it is a gamble. But when teams around us like Brighton are buying him, that means that they've done their due diligence on him as well, and they feel like it's worth a punt. And normally 9 times out of 10, Brighton normally get it fucking right.
Yeah,
and they'll give him the football he needs to develop as well, right? Whereas he could be sitting an age getting splinters on his arse with Moyes, and he'll end up being farmed off somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
it just baffles me that, like, you know, everyone that you listen to and you hear, and from what we see on the football field, you know, like our priorities were a striker and an out and out left-sided forward, and we bring in the fucking midfield Roberto. Great work. What else fucking happened? We ship out 3 others that were, you know, fringe players at least. Like Fornals out there was better than anybody else that we and he was shoehorned into that role, and now we don't even have that option. So, you know,
and the thing is, Fornals was Moyes' boy for a couple of years, like doing a job. So I don't know why the trust went, but it did. And unfortunately for us, we let go of him and didn't get a fucker in.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I think that's the disappointing
part, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, you know, he sort of peaked probably, you know, 18 months ago, really, didn't he? But even some of his cameo performances in the you know, the Conference League last year were fantastic. Albeit against lesser opposition, he came in and worked his socks off, and you know, I guess got the rewards from that. But it just seemed to sort of, you know, nothing really got going for him this year at all, did it?
No, but he weren't given a chance. That's the thing with Moyes. No. He never gives him a fucking chance. Once you're out, you're out, and it's a shame because I was a big fan of him, but it is what it is. Richard Kelty, hello mate, morning lads. For me, Alvarez is our natural choice as captain. He's a throwback to our old style. Captain Bonds and Dicks, tough tackler, and drives the team. Completely agree there, mate. I'd probably go with him next year, because I can tell you what, Zuma will not be playing half the football he has done this year, and that ain't exactly loads either as a captain. So there's not much he's going to do on one leg, is there?
No, it did seem very makeshift, didn't it? Yeah, I am as well. I was just about to say, I think it was quite makeshift that we did make that choice. Because I mean, Alvarez was in relatively early in the window, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But I guess it's, you know, first month, 2 months in, difficult to sort of make that or put that pressure on him when he's never played in the league. But I think it's showing now. So
yeah,
I don't think you hand out captaincy to a new player generally, do you? You let them get 6 to 12 months under their belt. So yeah, maybe he'll rise up to it next year.
Yeah,
I mean, we got leaders in there. You got Alvarez, you got JWP. I mean, Zuma, Soufal, I'm sure is quite vocal. Emerson's played with some of the best players in the world. Like, I'm sure he's got something to say. Czech's captain. Like, so there's a lot of players in there. And I'm sure Antonio's not fucking quiet either. Well, he's not quiet on a fucking podcast. So
it's true. I mean, what do you think about him coming back?
I think he did better. I think he'll be a fucking new signing for us. I've just got a feeling that he's going to come back with his tail up, and I think he'll hit the ground running. I think he's going to get a really important goal for us at some point in the next 2 games. But I'm a romantic, so there you go.
He's one of those players that everyone gets really frustrated with him being in the side all the time, right? But then when he goes off injured and stuff, you actually really miss him, don't you? And
No. I wouldn't go that far. For you maybe, but for me, I would say I would prefer him to come on for the last half hour of games now.
Yeah, generally I would, if we had the right option up front. Like, I think we need a new first choice striker, so he can do that. But we haven't made that signing, have we?
No. I think he's definitely got a role to play. He has to have a role to play for us. You know, he's a proven striker. We know he can score goals. I think my memory leads to him always needing a few games just to sort of get right back into it and get that sharpness. But I mean, he'll always put in an effort, and you know that he'll put one into Rosette at some stage. So, you know, I like to see that because sometimes it just does create other opportunities for people around his feet. So, and yeah, we've got what's the alternative at the moment? Fuck all. So,
Mabama.
Yeah.
He's gone missing again.
Fair.
And he's got to use him because if you send Marshall out on loan to West Brom, you've got to fucking do it. I mean, this is going into Jono's just put this. Antonio's a full-time pundit now. He's probably had more minutes for Sky Sports than he has on our fucking pitch this year anyway.
More meaningful minutes, that's for sure.
I know you lot probably won't like this, but I did like his get-up on Sky Sports the other day. I was pretty impressed. Very stylish.
It's one word you could use for it.
Listen, mate, when you're in the game like me, mate, I know what's fashionable, and he's definitely got it there, mate. Don't worry about that.
No comment.
All right, mate. It's all about opinion. Doghouse. The only time you've seen Souček type football is in the school playground. Yeah, it is. But he's the one that come in after lunchtime and he'd have fucking scratches all up his knees and his head and all that. His shoes would be falling apart because he's tried to kick the ball and kick the ground instead. That's what he would be like if he was playing in the lunchtime games.
It's too true. You ask him if he touched the ball, though. He's like, oh, no.
No, it hit me in the head. Richard Kelty. Think we will start with the same 11 as we did against United. Yeah. I mean, we ain't got a lot of fucking choice. Let's be honest, eh?
Yeah. You just hope that they're using this time at the moment with less games because, you know, give it another fucking, what is it, like two weeks or so, we've got Europa League back, haven't we? So you hope they're using this time on the pitch.
I've got no faith at all. No faith.
Yeah, it's a worry at the moment, isn't it?
Robert Singleton. I agree with reserve team football, and Yarmolenko played a couple of games when coming back from injury.
That's right, he did, didn't he? Yeah. I do remember that now. It's a fair point.
Yeah.
It's a fair point. So
I'm gonna have to get the charger for the laptop, lads. So I'm just gonna go out.
Running out of juice, are you? Yeah.
I am too, actually.
I think this sums it up a little bit, though, from what we were talking about before. Kieran saying that whatever you think of Antonio, he has been missed, and we do need all hands on deck. So,
yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Like, I think it just shows how few other options we've got. That when he does go, we're crying out for a striker back in the side, and you know we know that he can fill that role quite well.
Yeah,
and I think. You know, I think hopefully we get Paquetá back as well soon.
Yeah,
we desperately miss his creativity, don't we?
Yeah, we do, mate. We do. I think I was listening to Dave and X's show this week. I don't think he's anywhere near ready just yet, though. Like he's going to be at least another week or maybe 2 weeks away. So, and Antonio is a maybe, but I'm just praying like hell. At least just get him on the bench for God's sake. And if he's got 10 minutes, I'm sure he'll do something there. But I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts? Do you think we can get a result?
Look, I mean, you never say never, but I think we've probably ridden our luck. We've beaten them twice already this season.
Yeah.
You'd like to think that might get in their heads, but it also might get in their heads that they've got to go out and win this one. I reckon Arsenal are going to be in the mindset that they're not going to let us do this 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
I think any result is a good one. If we get a point out of this game at the weekend, I think I think we'll rub our hands together, right? And we've done very well in the previous games against them. But who knows? I mean, Kudus did tear them apart in the cup. Yeah. If things start to gel like that again, and we put them under the cosh, and we have a real good go, you never know. You wouldn't say never because we've already done it. We've already done it twice as well. So.
Oh, exactly. I think I'm not sure I can really add much to what you said there because I agree completely. It would be nice though. It'd be fucking beautiful, wouldn't it, to do it over in 3 times? Because I actually think that they would have thought that they would have fancied himself at home over the Christmas period there, and we just come out and destroyed them. So your turn to get a charger now, mate, or?
Might be. I'll have to just check again.
What are we talking about?
Oh, we're just saying,
we're talking about the game.
Yeah. What your thoughts are? Do you think we can get a result, or?
No, I think we're going to get smashed over. If I'm being quite honest.
I thought you were romantic.
Yeah, no, not with this one. I think our luck is running very, very low, a bit like my battery on my laptop was. Yeah, I can't see us winning this one. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
No, I think Arsenal are definitely going to be of the mindset I was saying before, Ryan, that they're not going to want to let this happen 3 times in a row. So they're going to be out there to go and try and set the record straight for the last 2 times we've done them over. But then, having said that as well, last time we played them at home, could have absolutely ripped them apart. So you never say never, but I'm more leaning towards the fact that we're probably getting absolute tanking at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, what time is it going to be on over here?
Midnight Monday.
Midnight.
Yeah, I might wake up in the morning and watch that one.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's the thing with watching them like that. Because I can't sleep. I can't sleep if we get battered on. I will not be able to sleep.
Yeah. At least if you wake up in the morning and watch it, you might go to work depressed for the day, but at least you've had a decent sleep in the first place, right?
No, it's Super Bowl Monday.
Oh.
And I don't work Mondays, so it'll be chicken wings and beer for me.
Good on you.
I don't know anything about it, but fuck it. Get involved. So Arsenal, what's the players to look out for?
Jesus, I was looking before. They've actually got a few injuries as well. Like I think he's under an injury cloud, and
that's not good coming up. What is it?
No.
Oh, Jesus with an injury. Fucking hell, Good Friday's coming up. Don't worry, he'll be back.
A couple of holes in his hands, he'll be right. Something wrong with his right foot.
I think Martinelli's played himself back into a bit of form as well, which is a shame for us. So.
And Saka, of course, is always a worry.
Well, he went off in the 80-minute mark. I think he copped a knock against Liverpool. So I'm hoping it was more than that. But what's that other prick who plays in the midfield for him? Odegaard.
Yeah.
Who's that other one? Never heard of her. So, but yeah, I mean, he always seems to be dangerous with the ball, especially when we sit off them around the top of the box. So,
he's a very, very clever technical footballer. So when he's got the ball, he's looking for them little gaps in between, getting behind. Yeah. And if we can get someone man marking him and just make it a little bit fucking difficult for him to get them passes off, I think if you cut him out, I think it's going to be a little bit better for us. But if you don't, you give him time, he's going to find the fucking right passes.
Yeah, you're right. He will. So
even Trossard could cause trouble for us as well, couldn't he? He's a bit of form at the moment as well.
He had
a very good game the other day.
Minutes ago, didn't he?
Yeah, he scored for him as well, I think. So
yeah, no, I know, and it was a great finish at front post as well. But he's never going to get in front of Saka, is he?
No.
He might come on and do some damage.
Yeah.
If the game's level, he might come on towards the end and slot one in.
I think the only way we win this game is if we do a high press, which I know we ain't going to do. But their goalkeeper, Raya, is fucking dog shit when it comes to clearing the ball out, and he's shit with his feet. They brought him in to be good with his feet, and he's fucking useless. I've watched him on so many occasions, and he gives it away so cheaply. And I think if we've got any chance We have to play higher up the pitch, get their pressure on their back four as well. That's how we're breaking down. If we invite all the fucking pressure, I'm sorry, but we can't keep fucking doing it. The luck runs out, and it's running out.
Well, it's definitely the approach that we've taken to the last 2 games against them. So who knows? And it is the approach we took against United. We just couldn't fucking finish a whole dinner, could we?
I don't think we pressed higher. Do you?
I think we had a go.
Yeah, I thought we had a dip at it. I think we sort of felt like we got kicked in the guts when
Has someone got a TV game?
Scored.
It sounds
Yeah,
like
I'm thinking it's Nathan.
No, I think it's the lads next door having a bit of a fucking ease up. So
fucking hell, let's go around there.
Bunch of 18-year-old fucking essays, mate. You don't really want to get too close to them.
For our English viewers, that is Chavs.
Yeah, so I've got Liverpool next door to me, mate.
I thought you was in fucking Abu Dhabi or something.
Would probably be safer. So.
Oh well, but yeah. So I think what score prediction going for?
Tough question. I reckon I think we're going to go down. I think it'll probably be 3-1.
Yeah,
that was on the tip of my tongue as well. I was thinking we might go down 3-1. But look, I'm hoping for a nice surprise. But yeah, look, I can't see it. I think we'll lose to the tune 3-1 or 2-1.
Yeah, I can't see it being 1-0 either way. You know, like if we nick one early, we've got to go on and get a couple. Because they will come at us, and you know we will have a mistake in us at some stage, I think. So who knows? If we score the first one, great, and then if we go on and bang the next one, you never know.
We're at home.
I'll tell you what though, Moyes does. Sorry, I was just going to say, Moyes does have this uncanny way of when we feel like we are down and out. You'll pull a fucking rabbit out of the hat. Like when we beat them in the cup, like we were actually really appalling in the couple of weeks leading up to that. So
I wish he'd pull a fucking striker.
Yeah. Well, I think Kieran shares most of our sentiments there. And I agree. Yeah, Arsenal will tear us apart 3-0. Alan's chimed in. I think we were talking about this a little bit earlier. The trouble with Antonio is he's not played for a fair while, and the way that Moyes is, he'll pick him and push him too far. Bring him on with 25 minutes to go would be okay. Yeah, I think we were sort of saying that, Al. So I hope we're right. You fucking pray like hell that he doesn't rush him back in and start him. That's for sure.
Yeah, so, don't flog the horse, man. Just nice and steady, mate.
Yeah. Here we go. Green Street Elites. Morning, everyone from Gatwick. I'll be driving, so I can't stay in the chat, but I'll be listening. Thanks for your support, mate.
Cheers, Budgie.
And what else we got there? What's Richard saying? The fit first 11, I'd stick with our front three: Bowen, Curtis, and Paqueta, and Antonio coming off the bench for the last half hour. Yeah. I'd like to see that, but as I was saying before, I don't think Paqueta is going to be back for at least another week or two. From what
Brentford, they're targeting Brentford
now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair. And Alan's just saying what I was saying a little bit before he read today. The couple of players included. He thinks they'll be okay. Well, I hope you're wrong, mate. So we sure as shit don't need them to be fully fit. So, and Richard Kelty, unfortunately, I can't see us getting a win on Sunday, but have to have any chance we can. What's he saying? But have to have any chance we have to win the midfield battle, and I hope we can be clinical on the break. Yeah, no, definitely agree with that. We need to be clinical on the break, which is definitely what we weren't against Man U. So, yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. How you doing, Chris? And thanks for the feedback, mate. It's, Really love it. I'm fucking thrilled with how it turned out. So yeah, thanks again, Len.
Right. Where did you get it from, mate? Where did you get it from?
Got it off of Canning Town Len. So yeah,
nice.
Had to help me out a little bit there. As I was saying before, he doesn't normally do ones this big to Australia, but we managed to work out a way he can get it to me in a tube, and then a local guy fitted it up to a frame for me. So
they always say it's quicker by tube, mate.
Well, not in Brisbane, mate, but definitely elsewhere.
Kieran Devaney, we look good from afar, but far from good. Yeah, sorry, getting late. But I'd agree with that. Fuck me.
Yeah.
My eyes. I've been playing snooker all afternoon. Wasim Butt, morning lads, and all in the chat. Morning, mate. Right, now we've got a few of you in the chat. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk on channels lately about polls and if they're any good or what's the gauge like of what we're saying about Moyes and the football, etc. I just want to ask you in the chat, what do you think of the polls and what are you after at the moment? Are you looking for a change or do you think the polls help? Do you think that anyone takes any fucking notice of the polls? But yeah, let us know because there's been I think it's been a big bit of news in the West Ham YouTube channel sort of world this week is all about polls. But obviously we're not going to do one because we don't want to. But in terms of like you as viewers, what do you reckon? What do you think? And Dave, what do you reckon about the polls, mate? Have you looked into any of this?
No, I can't say I have. So what's going on? They're taking polls on YouTube channels at the moment.
Yeah. Have you looked into this, mate, or have you been on holiday?
I've been on holiday. I've heard a few little bits and pieces about just the Moyes in and out, and if Moyes stays, would you keep your season ticket and all this kind of stuff floating around. But I don't know. It's still such a small minority of the entire fan base, isn't it? I think one poll's about 4,000 people, another one might have been about 5 or 6 or something like that. But I don't know. I don't sort of buy into them all that much. It just I don't think it's going to sway too many people's opinion. Like you can see that Sullivan's a stubborn cunt and he'll do what he fucking wants in the end. Really, it's usually the bargain basement that he goes for. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think one thing about a poll is that it gives everyone a chance to voice their vote and their opinion on what they would like to see. And I think that's what's a good thing about it. It doesn't matter whether for me, I understand the season ticket polls and stuff like that, but you're always going to get such a disingenuous voting system because people just vote on it whether they're a season ticket holder or not.
And
unless you actually was at the ground and the club did it as you walk through the doors with your season ticket, it's going to be pretty hard to police that.
As Doghouse has said there, like it's an emotional outlet most of the time. So whether it's a true, I guess thought out reflection of what people are really thinking, I'm not so sure. So yeah.
So what did they show, mate? What were the general outcome of the polls?
They're pretty even, to be honest, mate.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me because I heard a lot of different views when I was over there. And a lot of people, a good mate of mine, Jeff, he pretty much when Moyes came back, he actually did a bit of a symbolic tear up of his season ticket. He put it on Facebook a lot. And he's actually come full circle that like having seen like continuous seasons in Europe, having won a trophy and that now. And that we're sort of back in the top half of the league. That actually he's come full circle, and then you've got other people that are just as you are, Ryan, are sort of just jack of watching the football each week, and it's doing their nutting. So I think it really is a bit of a split out there.
I was listening to another pod earlier on today, and this sort of negative style football, whatever you want to call it, was coming up in conversation. And you need to go back to look at Chelsea in the Mourinho days, and when he was coaching there, that was some of the most negative, defensive-minded football that they played. But he won league titles, and he won European trophies and cups and all that sort of shit for them. I'm pretty sure if you go back in history, most of the Chelsea supporters value those outcomes, don't they? So it's just it's not always pretty football to watch.
Look, to be honest, for me, I think everyone's entitled to their opinion. And for me, I don't want him there. It doesn't mean I have to go and stick a vote on a poll. It's just my opinion. And I know that my percentage, and this might be a fickle part of me, will not be any fucking judgment of what Sullivan does anyway. So I'd rather just keep my opinion and tell people about it when I can, and if I'm asked. And I'm not scared to give my opinion on it, because that's how I feel. You can't tell someone how to feel. And just like we can't tell Sullivan, you need to get rid of the manager because we've got a poll. So obviously it speaks 1,000 words sometimes, but also it doesn't sometimes. You know what I mean? It depends what sort of person is looking at the poll. And for me, Sullivan is not the sort of person that will look at the poll. But who knows? I could be wrong. No. I don't know.
I think you'll look at the results at the end of the year. Like I'm not sure that I can see anyone coming out and offering, agreeing to the final terms of a deal before, the season's over. But, in the same regard, like, I would like to see us get a new manager, and I'd like to see Moyes sort of bow out in a good way. And we remember him for the time that he gave us, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. I think we'll end up sticking with him as that, the devil sort of thing. Because on paper, he does, like, the results do speak for himself. It looks like he's done a good job.
And I think that's where it goes back to my romance. Yeah, like for me, football's not played on paper. I'm a believer of watching good football. And as much as the stats are in his favour, which is great for him, great for the CV. As I've said to you boys in our chats and in our group, like it's a struggle watching it, mate. And it's too few and far between how many games I actually enjoy. But yes, we can get a result every now and again. But for me, football's changed. Like, we've changed as a club. Well, we should have. We've got a director of football. We've got better players. We've spent fucking £500 million. And to be honest, I don't hate Moyes. I actually don't hate him. I'm just bored of watching his style of football now. I'm over it. And that's where I am with it. Don't hate him. I just would like him to see out his contract, have a great end of the season, and hopefully get us a bit of fucking silverware at the end of it. Who knows? Or just get us as high up into them fucking European places as possible. I would be a bit gutted if he was still here at the end of the year. Yeah.
Well, just on a lighter note, Chris has put something I think we can all agree that with Fabianski's our favourite pole at the club.
Love him. If anyone hasn't watched the official West Ham podcast with James Collins, make sure you have a look, because it was very good. Love the man. Very good.
Top bloke. Haven't seen that at all, actually.
And then we've got Green Street Elites. He's actually pulled over for this. Well done, mate. Pulled over his car. I take no part of interest in these polls. As far as I'm concerned, the results will vary depending on what channel is running it. I want club stability and something to cheer. Completely agree. It does depend on who's running it. But yeah, I want stability, but I want excitement as well. Like, if I want stability, like, I don't know, I'd be an Everton fan because they never seem to get relegated. So
I think I said to you the other day, Ryan, we had this sort of chat over a beer and dinner the other night, and I guess the thing for me, right, is we've gone through cycles of having dull managers and entertaining managers and all that, right? But when you get the entertaining manager in, it's great for a season, right? But then it always seems to go pear-shaped in the second season. And many managers don't manage to turn that around at all before they're sacked. Bilic is a prime example, right? We had that great last season at Upton Park. And then we come. I know we had to deal with a new stadium and everything, but we come over this way, and he really struggled and ended up losing his job. Zola came in; it was all guns blazing, attacking football, and we ended up finishing the season the lowest ever points total at 35 and surviving. It's not much fun being 18th either. And you can try and play the right way. It's not entertaining when you're losing every week and you're struggling to stay up. Even look at currently at like Eddie Howe, right? He's had a great season last year and he was a Ducks nuts. And now saying like that he'll be lucky to last out the season and they might get rid of him in the summer. But we were all saying when it was going well for them that we wish we'd got him. But I think it's always a struggle getting through that that second season. And I think even Moyes felt that as well.
Can I just make a point here, right? We've had Avram Grant,
yep,
Slaven Bilic, Pellegrini, Sam Allardyce, David Moyes, and David Moyes again. Can you tell me who was the attacking manager apart from Pellegrini, who was in China when we got him? That we've had.
Bilic and Pellegrini. Bilic and Pellegrini.
Bilic wasn't even wanted by anyone. Pellegrini was in China in a retirement. That's not. He's not gone for that. He's not gone for a manager who is progressive, has he? He's gone for a geezer who's out of work and one who's in China looking for a retirement.
Yeah, I think what they've done right is
that's not Eddie Howe, mate.
No, but the fans have got jack of Allardyce, and they've wanted change, and it is that swing. They've gone to and gone and got Bilic in. It's worked for a bit, and then it hasn't. Then we've gone and got Moyes in to shore it all up because we needed someone to make us survive because we were in the shit. Then Sullivan's gone like the fans aren't happy with Moyes. They want something more exciting. So, yeah, okay. So, albeit Pellegrini's gone to China, but he's only a couple of years off previously winning the Premier League with Man City. So, he's a winning manager and an entertaining manager. So, he has gone the gamble. First season again, look, it wasn't exactly spellbinding, but, it was respectable. And then Moyes has come in again when Pellegrini's languishing in 18th. So it is evidence of that swing that we've had a go at getting someone entertaining. They've started off all right, and then it's all gone pear-shaped. I guess what I'm saying is that other managers at other clubs experience the same thing, and it's a phenomenon that there is a second and third season syndrome that is hard to push through after having a romantic first season.
Yeah. Do you think that Pellegrini would do better with the squad that we have than he had?
No, I don't.
I don't think Pellegrini was the right manager. I don't think.
No.
Like he was in China for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
He was obviously on the decline. I know he's at Real Betis now, but fuck me, we went and pulled him out of that. That wasn't a. That's not a clever manager. That's just someone that you've seen win the fucking Premier League with Man City and gone, he'll do for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's not a clever managerial signing, mate.
I'm not saying it's clever, but I'm saying it's an attempt to give the fans what they want, something a bit more entertaining than what they had before.
Yeah, I kind of get that, but yeah, I disagree with how they did it. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna do it, go and do it properly, not to get some geezer from fucking China, because then we'll have a real gauge of it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think we're probably a little bit more of an attractive proposition now than what we were when we were really demanding that as a fan base.
Yeah. Right. Well, we'll carry on with this.
Yeah.
Andy Quinn, we have to ditch the negativity about Moyes and at least until the end of the season. I'm tired of being asked for sure Sullivan won't be listing us anyway. Great point. that's why we do the channel, mate. We've got to talk about the opinions and stuff like that. And unfortunately, mine might not be that positive for you. But as I said, I still want him to win the fucking. That's just my opinion. Like Dave's got a different one to me. Nate's got a different one to me, and Matt's probably similar to me now. But that's just the way it is, and that's the good thing about our channel. I would say is that we've all got very different opinions, and we know how to talk them through. It's not really a shouting match, which is good.
Yeah, just another thing that I'd like to hear your thoughts on is like, do we actually want to be going into the managers market? Like when we're going to be competing against someone like Liverpool.
Good point. Like it. I think the caliber of manager that we get is going to be very different to them. I know I said I wanted Alonso, but I think he's gone off on different realms. And I'm actually really looking forward. I don't watch German football whatsoever, but I will be watching that Leverkusen Munich game on the weekend. I think that's going to be. As I said, I love football. I love watching good football, and I think them two are playing some of the best at the moment. So I'll be watching that. Definitely.
There's that one. There's also Girona Real Madrid this weekend as well, eh?
Exactly.
So like this, yeah.
There's some
we'll
good
be going for Girona, won't we?
Yeah. Ian Parley, thoughts on spreading this toxicity when they are having a good season and chance for another European trophy, mate. At the end of the day, it's an opinion. I'm not just going to sit here and say I fucking love Moyes. It ain't going to happen. Like if I don't like him, I'm not going to say it for lip service, but I'll give you my reasons and views on why I don't want him. But I'm also very willing to listen to why people want to keep him. And sometimes I might agree with them comments, but it doesn't mean that I have to stick to what your narrative would be. As much as that might be Moyes in, happy days. Good for you. I'm not dissing your comment at all there, mate. So there's no toxicity here, mate. It's just a chat.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We've been saying it, and talking about it for a lot over the course of this season. Is what the things that frustrate me so much with Moyes sometimes is the things that or the rationale behind why some players play and others players don't, and you can't. I can't see sometimes the logic behind some of his decision making as to when people come in and why.
What do you think about when I do this?
That's some fucking ugly fingers, but you're probably trying to tell me the 4 defensive midfielders.
Phillips, Suchek, JWP, Alvarez. In fucking starting 11. Happy days. These are fucking weapons. These are weapons, by the way.
We don't want to know what you do with them, mate. We really don't. This is a family-friendly show.
I'm in the fucking head. That's what we do with them.
Yeah.
Kieran Devaney, hey Stuart. I think he's just gone to bed, so we'll say goodbye. Good night, Kieran. Take care, mate.
All the best. Yeah.
Chris, does Bilic owe everything to Payet? No.
I think Payet was a special player, right? He had skills to boot. He had drive when he wanted to. He certainly did in that first season. But credit to Bilic, right? Bilic had his eye on Payet before anyone knew who he was, and he came to the club and he said the first player on his shopping list was Payet. So without Bilic, there probably is no Payet, and we wouldn't have had that to look back on.
I think the balance. I think the balance of the squad that year was fucking fantastic. But we needed that sprinkle of little bit of sugar, and Payet came along, and it was fucking perfect. And that was the balance. Noble had one of the best seasons he ever played.
And don't forget the emergence of Lanzini through that time as well, and he was getting no fucking attention whatsoever.
But he was unbelievable. Yeah,
he was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So it's just a shame that he went to Argentina when he didn't fucked his knee up. But that's football, isn't it?
Kieran from his bed. Pellegrini lost the Prem to Leicester and then retired in China. with the money that he spent. Yeah, well, we won't go back into that, but yeah, you know my thoughts.
Yeah.
Doghouse. There must be a Pep type manager who unifies the club. Fuck me. I'd like Arnie Slot. He's up there. He's up there with Ange Postecoglou, man. Like his attacking style is fucking ridiculous. I don't think I'd want to play as high a line as what Tottenham did against Chelsea, though. But
not with half your squad being sent off.
Fuck me. There'd just be Areola. Yeah. He'll definitely earn his man of the match that night.
Yeah.
Andy's.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's where it could potentially end up.
Yeah, I think we're all there, aren't we?
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. Or Steven Gerrard won't be getting it.
Fuck no. He's too committed elsewhere, isn't he?
Yeah.
So. I think we've all made the link, haven't we? Alonso to Liverpool, and the risk is Stardent followed him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very true.
I'll tell you what. Should we make this the last one, lads?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, sure.
So, Richard Kelty, what gets me is the idea that playing a more attacking style means we will fight relegation. All most people want is to see our attacking players given the freedom to play. That's the sort of football I love, mate. So I'm definitely with you on that.
Yeah, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that will definitely lead to relegation, but what I'm saying is that we make these managerial changes, and it's the modern game, right? Clubs chop and change managers every couple of seasons, and these managers come in, have a great first season and a not so good second season. And I think when clubs do stick with managers and they manage to get through that, if they can, through that second, third season, you can go on and you have a bit of longevity and stability. But I don't think anyone's really getting to that point at the moment, because I think chairmen in the Premier League are trigger happy with their managers.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
So finish on this one. Well, actually, no, we'll go Wazim, but I don't know anything about this guy, so I'm not sure. So I don't know.
Never heard of him.
Anything. Yeah, no. You've stumped me there, Wazim. What do you think about Ruben Amorim? All I know is I can't fucking spell it or pronounce it. So yeah, but yeah, if he's good, get him in, and if he's a striker and he can score, bring him in.
Yeah, mate, he's in the Portuguese league, coaching at Sporting CP. 31-year-old bloke.
Jesus.
Who knows? It's a big step up from the Portuguese league to the Premier League. That's all I'll say on the matter. I know nothing more. So
yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
Definitely.
Right. So
thanks for that.
Fucking hell. Very good shot.
Nothing to see here.
I really enjoyed that. But everyone in the chat, please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That was a good chat tonight. I really enjoyed that. We got quite deep with certain things, but that's sometimes how it goes. And I'm glad that we did that. And hopefully everyone has a very good day at work. If you're over in the UK or if you're in Australia, good night. But thank you very much for enjoying our interactive show. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, boys. Good to be back.
Good to have you back, mate. And hopefully we get a fucking result. Kill you, Whites.
Come on.
Come on. See you, boys.